Hello Virgo, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for May for the Sun or the Ascendant. As ever, I'm going to give you a broad overview of what to expect, but please stay with me. Then I will go into detail to share exactly what you can expect this month in terms of the key influences and also timings. Now, as this month begins, the electrifying energy of the solar eclipse, which occurred on the last day of last month, is still pulsing its energy into this new one. And of course, that was in conjunction with Uranus, the planet of change. And for a lot of Virgos, changes have come about over the last 2 or 3 years, and that has created a sense of excitement. And that's going to continue over this next half year. And in the first 10 days of this month, that could still see you wanting to shake things up and get to the truth of what your existence is about. Now also, Mercury, your ruling planet, is in shadow as this month begins. So when it comes to your professional situation, I think that could be an area that you could do a lot of thinking about this month, and that may be one part of your situation that you do think very carefully about altering in some kind of way, because a desire to bring a sense of adventure to your work or your thinking is definitely going to manifest itself. But also, as this month begins, there's a glorious link between Jupiter, the planet of luck, and Pluto, the planet of transformation, and that gives you a great chance to leverage something that's important to you creatively or around a relationship, and a period of growth and positivity can come from all these energies. But that Mercury shadow period, which then sees it go into retrograde on the 10th, is going to require a little bit of care. And as ever with Mercury, it's about managing the things we can influence, the details or the resources, to make sure that we try to fend off the more debilitating impact that Mercury retrograde can have. So for example, if you're in a job that you're not really enjoying, that limits your freedom of expression, or really where you've been very dedicated for a long time but it's lost that sense of excitement that it first had, I think all these energies could see you thinking differently about how you earn a living or how you marshal your resources. Now, if you are new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. But if you would like to ascend above this Zodiac broadcast, you can do so and order your 12-month forecast and character analysis based on your time, date and place of birth by seeing the link beneath this video. No two charts are the same, and this can help you to really tap into your deeper potential and also steer your moves over the next year. So Virgo, welcome to your May forecast. So there's a real sense of drama as you start this month with that amazing combination between the Sun and Uranus. But Uranus is the planet of truth, and the 9th house is very much about higher truths. So something that may have been a little bit confusing or baffling can become clearer to you at the start of this month, but it may come about in quite a dramatic way. When Uranus is in the mix, things can happen quickly. It's in a very electric energy, and it's asking us to embrace fresh and new approaches. But the 9th house can be about the more spiritual dimension of life, and that may be an area that you get new insights or new motivation. On the other hand, you may just feel a real desire to have a change of scene at the start of this month. Now, it is true that with Mercury in that retrograde in your 10th house, you may have to think about training or reskilling around a professional situation, or anything linked to the travel industry or transport or distribution could be a service area that you can thrive in. But if you are a more entrepreneurial type of Virgo, your knowledge of technology can be important to what you're doing right at the start of this month. But in a romantic context, what I think you're yearning is a mixture of truth and passion, and that passion can become much more obvious from the 2nd, when Venus moves deep into your 8th house. Now, you could benefit from somebody else's good fortune, skills, or a partnership you're involved in professionally can go through a period of growth. This is going to be emphasized furthermore from the 10th, when Jupiter, the planet of luck, moves into the sign of Aries, which of course is fiery, and this can make you be much more desirous of bringing material goodness into your world. But the 8th house can also be about the deepest form of sensuality. So if you do have a connection with someone at the start of this month, the spark can become something much more intimate really quite quickly. Now, also this month there is a lunar eclipse which occurs on the 16th in the sign of Scorpio, which for you is house 3, everyday communications. But on the other side of the heavens, of course, is the sun in house 9 in Taurus, but they're intercepted by Saturn, the planet of restriction, in house 6. Now, house 6 is very much in keeping with the basic values of your sign. So being very much in touch with the processes, the details, the things that you usually do so tremendously well is important. But there could be, I think, some tensions right at the heart of this month, because the sun's in a square with Saturn, which can be very resistant, and that's going to go on from the 12th through to the 18th. So just be aware of using your energy as effectively as possible across those dates. Also, from the 13th to the 23rd, Neptune is joined by Mars in your opposite sign. If there is somebody that has had that incredible impact on you early in the month and you feel very drawn to in a very magnetic or even sexual way, it is going to be important that you are clear about what their motives are and yours, because when Mars combines with Neptune, it can create distortion around our desires, and that combination is happening in your 7th house. But equally, that can be important in a business relationship. So making it very clear what you want to achieve, being clear yourself, very much in keeping with your normal approach. But I just think the desire to get what you want could override some of the parts of your nature that's usually very systematic in checking things out. So just be aware of it. There could be some battles of will at the heart of this month about a different point of view. Somebody, and it could be at work, may want to go one route, you may want to go another, and that in itself can cause some tensions. But on the 21st, the sun climbs high in the sky and moves into your sector of success. But then Mercury inverses in its retrograde, which begins on the 10th and goes into your sister Earth sign of Taurus. So basically the Sun and Mercury swap over a 2-day period. So Mercury moving into the 9th house suggests that maybe there is something that you still need to rethink or check out. It could be to do with an agreement, maybe you need some legal or professional advice. But on the 24th, Mars makes its way to join Venus and also Jupiter in your 8th house. This is hot, hot, hot. And in the last week, Mars and Jupiter come into a combination. That desire side of your nature, which usually you can distill because you can be a little detached and cool about things. You might surprise yourself by just how emotional, but also how exciting this month can be. On the 24th through to the 28th, however, Venus is in a clash with Pluto. When it comes to sex or money, be careful what you wish for, but also be very conscious of what somebody is offering you. There could be a hidden catch. But then on the 28th, Venus moves into your 9th house to join up with Mercury. And I think that is going to help you to start clarifying some essential issues which may have got a little jumbled this month. But on the 30th, the Gemini new moon is a glorious opportunity to aim for the stars when it comes to goals, ambitions and the more success-oriented part of your situation. I think you'll probably want to raise your profile as this month draws to a close, but the need for excitement is threaded right through this month for you. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.